POV, it's coming to the end of your weekend and you're starting to get the Sunday scaries. Not this week. That is why I'm here to give you some habits that I personally use to make me feel a lot more calmer, clear-minded, and ready to take on the new week. You're actually gonna enjoy Sundays. I know, crazy thought. You're gonna wanna stay until the end because I actually have a free gift for you guys. I'm gonna walk you through my full Sunday reset, which consists of things like meal prep, planning, outfit picking, and just all of those little things that are going to make Monday so much better. The first habit that I do that makes my Sunday so much better is simple meal prep planning. Emphasis on simple. One of the most important things you need to think about when you're doing your meal prep planning is making sure you focus on making it easy and low effort. This is important because if not, you're still gonna hate meal prepping because it's this big chore that you really don't want to do. So that's why ease and low effort is key with meal prepping. Now, I'm not perfect. I don't meal plan everything. I just make sure I meal prep enough to ensure that I don't get decision fatigue after work. I'm sure we've all experienced it. Now, you don't want to make the meals boring or have the exact same meal every single day. So I'd always make sure that you meal prep a minimum of 3 varieties for the week, because then you're gonna be able to chop and change throughout the week. Maybe if you're not feeling this type of meal, you want something a bit lighter after work. It's just gonna help and reduce the chances of you ordering out or ordering takeout. Now, tried and tested from myself, I ordered food so much in the past, but actually sticking to this and meal prepping throughout, I have actually found that I am less likely to order out, and I'm not doing it on a whim or just because I can't be bothered to cook something for the day, because I've already got a nice variety of meals that are already prepped and ready to go. I'm trying to incorporate more of an anti-inflammatory diet because I am gluten-free and dairy-free. Not by choice, I'm allergic, unfortunately. So because of that, this week I made some chicken vodka pasta, prepped some sweet potatoes and soup. Now, 3 varieties there. I can chop and change. I can have different proteins with the sweet potato, but the main bulk, for example, sweet potatoes take about, in my experience, about an hour to an hour and a half to fully be soft and be cooked properly when in the oven. I prefer to do mine in the oven. So I incorporate that in my meal prep to take all the time out when I finish work, and I can just simply reheat that and include whatever I want on top. Now that we've finished our meal prepping, our second habit that we're going to move on to is our weekly planning session. Now, what does this mean? Essentially, this is checking in with any life plans you have, any self-care plans, and it also includes an end of the week check-in. Looking at your calendar. Personally, I use the Apple Calendar on my phone. It's close to me. I look at it every day, right on the spot. If anybody wants to make plans with me or if I want to put in something, I will immediately open up my phone and make sure I put all of the information in. I use it for everything, and since doing that the past few months, it's really made my life a lot more smooth sailing. I'm not forgetting plans that I've made or commitments or things that I have to do because it's all there. I can see it. It's on my little widget screen on my phone as well to double remind me, and I just find personally I prefer that. It also links to my MacBook so I can see everything on my calendar on my laptop as well and make amendments there. That's just easier for me. However, I know some people also like to use Notion or Google Calendar. I think there's also a Yahoo Calendar, but I don't know who's still using Yahoo. If you are, no tea, no shade, but I just don't know a lot of people who use that. But that's my personal preference, is the Apple Calendar. With the weekly planning session, I like to keep it flexible but focused. At the moment, my saying has been, it's all about balance. Balance is key. As long as you've got the balance of a bit of fun, but also structure, then I think that's perfect for having a happy life overall. There's nothing worse than overbooking yourself or overworking yourself and you've committed to all of these different things and you're burnt out and it's not even halfway through the week. Again, I'm sure we've all been there. So this is why we're going to structure it before the week's even started to make sure we're not doing any of that and we have a flexible, focused week ahead. You may not even want to do it digitally. I know some people prefer to write down their plans in a notebook or any kind of written planner that you have, and that's totally fine, whatever works for you. Something that's part of my planning as well with my weekly planning session is my content creation. So again, I know a lot of people use different kind of applications to do this, like Notion and other things, but I like to keep it easy. As I said, I'm easy lazy gal, and for that I'm going to use things that are already at my disposal, such as Notes. So my Notes app is something that I create tables in, forms, and that's how I personally structure my content creation, what I'm going to put out, when I'm going to film, when I'm going to upload, when I'm going to edit. All of these kinds of things come into my personal weekly planning session, as well as the other things that we discussed. Something I've recently started incorporating into my Sundays is an end of week check-in. This is something that I like to actually handwrite in one of the notebooks that I have. I'm a sucker for a really cute notebook. I love it. I love planners. I had to actually stop myself from overbuying, but I have my notebook for my end of week check-in. And what this basically does is you're reflecting on the week you've had. What went well, what didn't go so well, and what do I want to achieve for the following week. Doing this is a great reflection on any small or big wins that I had in that week that I may have forgotten about because maybe it happened on the Monday or the Tuesday and it's now come to the Sunday and life got in the way and I've just forgotten about these really good things that happened in the week. It's really nice to reflect on that, and it also keeps me accountable of the things that I actually want to improve on. So for example, I did my end of week check-in last week, and this Sunday I was able to reflect, look back and see, did I achieve what I wanted to achieve the previous week this week? If not, maybe I need to change some things around. Do I need to make more time for myself in this area? Am I lacking in my self-care? Do I need to spend some more time focusing on myself? Where can I amend these things? Or if you're doing good, you can track your progress. So it's like, great, I've hit this milestone. Now in the following week, I want to achieve this. At the beginning of the year, everybody makes like New Year goals, but this is a really good way of making sure you're staying consistent. And again, taking that accountability for yourself to making sure you are hitting what you want to and getting the best out of your goals and your life. I definitely recommend trying this out and incorporating this into your Sunday routine if you don't do so already, because I've found that it's really helped me to stay more on track with my goals, and I'm actually making a lot more progress. I've been doing it more consistently these past few months, and I've noticed a big change. I'm hitting these goals I want to because I'm taking accountability where things have gone not so great, and I'm seeing what I can change and do better. Now that we've done our weekly planning session, we're going to move on to habit number 3, which is outfit planning. Now, this is really dependent on how dedicated to the cause you are in terms of outfit planning. I try to do this at least every night, but definitely on the Sunday, so that I'm preparing myself for Monday and I don't have to think about what it is that I want to wear on that Monday morning when I'd rather be doing anything else. I don't want to sift through my clothes. I just want it there in front of me. I don't have to think, great, that's my outfit, whack it on. My morning is already so much smoother. But if you're dedicated to the cause and you really want to help your future self out, you could plan 2 to 3 outfits for that week in advance on the Sunday. I like to choose comfy but cute outfits that I won't hate when the clock strikes 3 p.m. and it's like too tight or anything like that. No, comfy but cute is the way that I kind of go with my clothing. Doing this is going to save you so much brain power in the morning because you won't have to think about what it is that you have to wear. It'll be laid out in front of you and it's going to be a lot more time efficient for your mornings. We've all been there, clothes thrown on the floor, we've put it on, it's not worked. Oh my gosh, this certain top that I wanted to wear, it's in the wash or it needs washing. We are cutting that out. And doing this outfit planning is going to save all of that chaos on the Monday morning. Now that we've planned our outfits, we're going to move on to habit number 4, which is cleaning up your space. Doing a deep clean on a Sunday resets my space and also my mindset. It helps me feel really grounded when going into the week. More like a calm rather than a chaos, because I'm not looking at the crumbs on the floor. I'm actually looking at a clean floor, a clean surface top, my bathroom's looking great, and I don't feel dirty coming into the new week. Something I like to do when I have actually finished cleaning my space is light a candle, because I feel like it just sets the tone. It's like fresh, cleansed energy, cleansed space, ready to start the week in a good way. Now that we've done all of the 4 main habits in the daytime for this Sunday reset, we're going to move on to habit number 5, which is your nighttime wind down. Now that everything's prepared and ready for the week ahead, I like to try and disconnect myself from my to-do list and prepare myself for a really nice sleep with doing something slow. This could be anything like stretching, making myself some tea, journaling, reading, doing my skincare routine, anything that's gonna help me wind down and separate myself from the day. I personally like mixing it up a little bit, so at the moment I really like reading before I go to sleep, and my taste is very mixed with reading. I really like romantasy or thrillers. So at the moment, I'm currently reading The Silent Patient. I don't know if any of my viewers have read that before, but it's not really the best thing to read before bed. However, it takes me into a different world and it allows me to kind of wind down, put myself into the book space and just enjoy what it is that I'm reading. It's really engrossing me right now, like I can't put the book down. But again, it's just something to separate myself from the day and to relax and wind down. Doing this nighttime wind down, it also helps with your self-care. If you're doing something for yourself, which I think everybody needs before the start of the new week, it helps you to just relax and you're not fretting about the Monday ahead. Who wants to do that? Nobody. So this allows you to start and come into the new week with such a fresh, relaxed headspace. Now, you don't need a perfect routine, just a few small practices that's gonna make your Monday less of a monster. I personally love the term setting yourself up for greatness or setting yourself up for success, which is precisely what you're doing by incorporating these habits into your Sunday reset routine. I really want to know, what's one Sunday habit that you swear by? Let's share in the comments below. I'm always looking for new cute habits, new routines to kind of look to incorporate in mine. So about that free gift, in the description below is a downloadable Sunday reset checklist that you can use to make your Sundays as smooth as possible. Using this is really gonna help you. I've been using it myself and just, to keep me in check with everything that I need to do on the Sunday, just to, again, set myself up for greatness. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. This has been my first sit down video, so let me know what you think, let me know how you feel. If there's any other topic areas that you want me to discuss or any comments or ideas, pop them below. I'll be reading all comments. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.